Okay, so we're going to have a quick look at how to hoist the mainsail. So on these new Super Spars booms, there's no rail to attach the sail to. So I've got a loop of Dyneema. It's got a little sliding splice on the end of it and a bobble. So I wrap that around the boom, and I'm just doing that up tight, which keeps it nice and tight down to the boom. And then at the front, we've got a similar kind of setup. We've got bobbles around the mast, which run up and down nice and easily, and a little splice that just attaches back to itself. So on my boat we've got a hook and rack halyard. So I've got a shackle with the halyard spliced directly onto it. The benefit of this is that the halyard doesn't squash the top of the mainsail here, and all of the load goes through the shackle. Sometimes if you loop it round with a bobble, that can cause the halyards to fail. What people end up doing is moving the halyard further along, buying them overlong, but this is spliced directly on, so these seem to last quite a bit longer and reduces the failure of this sailing. So I'm going to attach this up into the feeder, putting the slack out. It's a case of slowly and steadily feeding the sail up. It should run up pretty smoothly. If you're having issues hoisting it, it might be that the roller at the top is worn out. As you get towards the end, you're going to make sure that your kicker is off, and if you've already put your Cunningham on, they're both uncleated. So on this system, I can hook straight onto the top rack. There's very little tension here, but to pre-tension the halyard, I'll put a bowline on the bight through here, which means I can hopefully get it undone afterwards. And I'm going to use my downhaul to help pre-tension the sail, so that this prevents the halyard from slipping, from stretching, and from the sail falling down the top of the mast. So quite often you see people struggling to keep their main at the top of the mast. As soon as that drops down for the top of the mast, you're going to lose some of your leech tension and your settings are going to be out. So I'm just going to rig this up as I would normally, and then I can use that Cunningham purchase to get extra purchase onto the main, and then I can hook that onto my rack. So now I've got halyard tension, and that's going to prevent it from slipping when we're pulling on the Cunningham, and then we undo this. The other system that people will use is, instead of using the Cunningham, they can use the halyard to get a 2-to-1. So what people will do is they will hook the halyard around here, back up through this loop that they've made, and then pull down on there to get some extra tension, particularly if you've got a regular clam cleat on the side of the mast. That can work reasonably well. Again, you can use the Cunningham to pre-tension, and that is the main hoisted.